We're on our way with the review of the day. Starts when we say rocket. Hello everybody, my name is Kamar and today we'll be reviewing our 13th episode of Season 1 of Little Einsteins. Season 1, Episode 13, The Mouse and the Moon. In this episode, while camping, the team watches the moon shine in the sky when a little mouse arrives with a present for the moon, only for it to move to the Matterhorn mountain in Switzerland. Now it is up to the team to go to Switzerland so that little mouse can give his present to the moon before it goes down. Art featured ancient Greek and Roman mosaics, and music featured Ein klein Nachtmusik by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Now, this episode, if I could describe it, I could describe it with one word. Gentle. You know? I feel like this is a very gentle episode. What I mean is, like, most of the obstacles that they go through, I feel like, since this episode was, like, mostly featured at night, I feel like if you wanted to, you can most definitely play this episode to sleep, or, like, if a little kid likes the Little Einsteins and you want to, like, play an episode for them to fall asleep to, I feel like this is a good episode to go, I feel like it's a good episode to go. So, and also the little mouse, he's so cute. And, I'm going to talk about a little story that happened to me yesterday at the time of this recording, like literally yesterday, when we get to a certain part of the episode. So, our episode starts where, the team are camping, and Rocket set them up a tent, and we all see, their heads popping out of the tent, which is really cute. And then June also brought her telescope so that they can see in the sky at night. And then they start seeing the moon, and they sing this very cute song, like, see the moon, I hope the moon sees me. See the moon, I hope the moon sees me. It's really cute. And we have our music as always. I feel like this piece of music is just a classic. I feel like this piece of music right here is just a classic, It's classic. So then once Quincy starts playing his violin, the moon starts shining on him, and then the moon starts shining on everybody else, and then it even starts shining on Rocket. And then all of a sudden a little mouse comes, and he's so cute. And also, I want to mention a little bit of a continuity here. So, if you can remember in Hungarian Hiccups when Rocket first seen a little mouse, I want to say this is a different one, because that one from Hungarian Hiccups was slightly, it was in a more different art style. This one is more CGI. But Rocket doesn't run away in fear. So I want to guess maybe he got over his fears off screen. That's my guess, The one cartoon rule, if something that happens within continuity doesn't continue within continuity, then your only hit canon is to just think about it off screen. So, yeah. It's a main rule. Unspoken rule. Well, not really. I'm just kidding. But anyway, the little mouse, he shows the team his present box, and he says that it's for the moon. And Quincy says that he can play his violin to have the moon see little mouse. But the moon is gone, and then June looks through her telescope and sees that the moon went all the way to the Matterhorn in Switzerland, and they can't hear her now, and she can't hear the others now. So then it's up to the team to get little mouse to the moon so that he can show her his present. So then obviously we have our mission, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the reason why I don't go in depth into blast offs, because they happen like the same time every single episode, but I'll only mention them with a bit more detail if a new character is added. Like, for instance, the little mouse. He got his little own seat, and he's instead of patting his hands, he's patting his paws, which is so cute. And then they're finally able to blast off, and then they're flying through the sky, and then we see the musical roller coaster, which I love how it's a little bit like luminous since it's at night. And then our challenge is we have to watch out for bumps. And we have to look out for staccato, and we even get a cute little song with it. Like whenever a bump comes, I'm gonna like not to like make an example of like the bumps they went over. Like the song where we are flying high through the sky, me oh my, when we hear a rocket jump. It's fun. It's really cute and fun. But then during one of the bumps, Little Mouse's present falls out of his hand, and then it actually presses a button to open up the door, to open a little compartment door, which causes it to fall out of rocket, and it's falling through the sky. And then they have to say Little Mouse's present before it gets destroyed. So then we have to copy June when she says to stretch out your fingers and pretend you're the grabber catcher, so that they can get Little Mouse's present. And luckily they're able to get it before they touch ground. But then once they finally get out of the rocket, they see that the moon but she's still far away, but they have to get closer. But they have to get closer, but they have to get through the spooky forest. And Little Mouse, he doesn't take no care to it at all. He just goes gun ho right for it. And even Leo says, we just have to stick together. But he doesn't do that. He's just really excited. Which, I mean, I don't really blame him. Like, I can get it as somebody who, you know, who is, who does struggle with being overly excited. You know, sometimes my hyperactiveness could lead me into, like, getting lost in some cases, which that has happened to me before, which is kind of sad. So I kind of relate to Little Mouse here, being excited and being separated from the people that said stick together. I mean, sometimes people who are excited, they don't listen to directions as well, which is also me. So I kind of see Little Mouse and me in this situation. And then when they finally come to go into the spooky forest, when they're going in there, we see our artwork. We see our artwork, which is so pretty, and the artwork even has stairs, so they can go up a level, go up a level, go up a level. And then they're trying to look for Little Mouse. They have to listen for a song. But at first they don't see they only see crickets, and then they only see nightingales, which wow, it's so cute. And we even hear June saying they're nocturnals, and Quincy say they like to sing at night. That was actually Leo. But she's so pretty. She's so pretty. And then they finally see Little Mouse, and he sees that he's hiding. And who's he hiding from? An owl. Now, they don't say it. They don't explicitly say it. But I'm sure we can kind of imply what they're trying to say. Because this is a kid's show, we can't really say that. They're saying that if the owl sees a Little Mouse, he'll try to take his gift. But try and think about that without the gift. Okay? Think about what would be the owl's intentions. The owl will have different intentions if Little Mouse didn't have his gift. If you get where I'm going with this. And here comes my little story. Okay? Here comes my little story. So, I was having an outing with my father yesterday, and I had to wait for him to get off the bus. And then, while I was waiting, there's a little corner store, and they have this little bodega cat. She's like a gray bodega cat with green eyes. She's really cute. She's really, really cute. She's adorable. I always see her whenever I'm whenever I pass by, or when I get a snack from there. And she is really cute. What she'll do is she knows who she likes, and she knows who she's very timid against. She'll rub against. You know how cats walk against your leg while with her back arched up in the air. That's what she does with me, and she's really cute. She's really cute and adorable. But you know how cats do with mice. So I'm waiting there for the bus yesterday, and I see a little hole in the pavement. I see a mouse sticking its head up, and I kid you not. I might as well say her name. Her name is Luna, but I like to call her Looney, my little Looney. And then I see her looking at the baby mouse, and I kid you not, it was a baby. It was a baby mouse, okay? It's not no big rat. It was a baby mouse. I know what a baby mouse looks like, okay? I know what a baby mouse looks like. So I see it popping its head out, and I see Luna looking at it, about to like she's about to get it with its paws, but then luckily the mouse goes back in the hole. And then literally, I'm looking at that hole, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, please don't come back up. Please don't come back up. Please don't come back up. Because I get very squeamish with that type of stuff, with animal, if you get what I'm saying. So my father finally comes, and then as he's approaching, the same mouse, pops his head up again out of the pavement, and yeah, I see Luna get the mouse with its mouth. Yeah. And then my dad's asking me, what's wrong? And I'm like, look. And he's like, oh. And the answer he gave me was pretty cold. He was like, well, I mean, it's out of our hands now. We can't do nothing about it. I'm sorry. And I mean, which is true. I mean, but the thing is, I mean, they say, from what I've heard, they said that she doesn't eat them. Technically, she just like tries to get them out of there. Like she tries to she will like play with them. And I don't mean play like, with a cat toy. I mean like play like try to like push them around, that type of play. Like it's if you know what I'm saying. So overall, it was ironic that I was gonna review an episode centric with a mouse, and I get this. Just another sign from the universe telling me that they know what my future is, and they had to show me in the worst way possible. Thanks a lot. But aside from that, very story. Back to the episode. So yeah, back to what I was saying. If the mouse didn't have its present, I think we can all guess of what its intention would be. So yeah, but luckily June once again thinks of an idea. She has a plan, as always. My girl, she's I can't say man with the plan because she's not a but she got a plan. Okay, she got a plan. She decides to clap very softly whenever the owl blinks, and when the owl opens its eyes, they stop so that the owl doesn't see them. And it's kind of creepy when they freeze and it's a moment of silence and we can only hear the owl's eyes blinking. Like that's kind of creepy. Like imagine this. I mean, I already said this episode's pretty soothing to play at night, but I feel like this part of the episode at night, as a kid, I'm a pretty sensitive kid, would be kind of ominous to look at because she's just blinking. We only hear her eyes blinking. Like that's kind of creepy. That's kind of creepy. But once they finally make it out of the forest, and they're getting closer and closer. They're getting closer and closer, they see that there's a whole mountain of snow, and Rocket, he decides a better way to do it. There's only one way to do it: to ski, and it looks fun. And we see him have get skis under himself, which is really cool. And then they're doing the same thing like they did in the musical roller coaster, and we have to look out for staccato bumps once again. But instead, we get a different song. And I like it. I like it. It goes like, we are, let me, how did it go again? Let me try to remember. Hold on. Okay, I did something I rarely do. I actually went back to the episode and listened to the song that they sung in this part of the episode. And I finally remember. It went, we ski to and fro through the snow. Here we go. Then we hear our rocket jump. I'm sorry that took a while, but 5 hours later. Just kidding. But yeah, it's pretty cute. I like that. I also like doing the bumps at the end. Like, then we hear our rocket jump. It's fun. And then they're finally near they're getting closer and closer, but then they have to get up the mountain. Since the moon is setting, they have to get there quicker. And then Rocket, he attaches himself to a gondola wire, and he's able to go up there. But we have to help him. Pat to give him more power. And then once they finally make it, Quincy escorts Little Mouse up the mountain so that he can go to the moon so that he can give his present to the moon. But the moon's starting to set. So then Quincy needs to play his violin so that the moon can be able to notice him and Little Mouse. And what I like, a little bit of continuity here, right here, I like this. I like how Quincy isn't really like starting to get scared of the dark, of the dark, which you're gonna get later on in the season, because if you think about it, the moon's pretty bright, and the moon's pretty bright, and the episode, so it's like a light, and the episode that Quincy's scared of the dark in has the light name in the title, so it makes sense that he's not scared of what he's normally scared of because there's a bright light. So I like that, I like that. I like to think of the moon as Mother Nature's nightlight for all, which, to be honest, is pretty plausible. It is. And then, once the moon finally sees Little Mouse, he's able to give her present, which is a whole bunch of stars. And the moon loves the gift, and he's very proud of himself, and we hear all the nocturnal animals that love the stars too, and they're gonna listen to them all night. And just like as always, mission completion. We helped out a lot today. We clapped for the art. We clapped for the music we heard today. And they'll see us on the next mission, as always. And we see Little Mouse walking across the stage, opening his gift again, showing all the stars inside, which is really cute. So overall, I really liked this episode. This episode was so cute. I liked it. I liked Little Mouse. He was an adorable character too. Aside from my little incident yesterday with another Little Mouse, this episode was really cute, and I feel like this is a good episode to play like around bedtime, or like when you're like when like a little kid is like winding down before bed, So I'm gonna give this episode a solid 9. I think it was really, really good, and I liked it. I really liked it. It was really good. Now, with that being said, tune in with me next time as we'll be reviewing our next episode in the season, Season 1, Episode 14. The Good Night and the Bad Night. See you all next time.